Sometimes the quietest space holds the loudest influence. The place where you brush your teeth, wash your face, and take a moment of solitude may also be the very place silently steering your energy, your clarity, and even your income. It's not the room we think about often. We design our kitchens with pride. We decorate our living rooms with care. But the bathroom? Most of us treat it like an afterthought, a utility room. Pipes, tills, humidity, that's it. But in Feng Shui, the bathroom is far more than a space of cleanliness. It's a space of vulnerability, a place where energy doesn't just settle, it moves rapidly. And depending on what you've placed there or forgotten to, your bathroom could be quietly draining everything you've been working so hard to build. Your peace, your focus, your financial momentum, everything. Here's the thing, energy isn't loud. It doesn't knock on your door and shout, "Hey, you're losing luck." It moves in symbols and repetition and patterns. And when that energy goes unobserved, it becomes a slow leak you never notice until things begin to feel harder, heavier, slower. You might start feeling stuck without a reason. You walk into the space and something just feels off. That's not imagination, that's stagnation. And today I want to show you how to recognize it, shift it, and transform it. Not with an expensive renovation, not with a complex ritual, but with a single small object, a salt jar. Yes, a simple jar of salt, but placed with awareness, it becomes a quiet force field, a container of purity, a silent protector of energy. And more importantly, it becomes a mirror of your intention. Because in Feng Shui, it's not about the object, it's about the energy you assign to it. But here's the catch, and why this video matters so much. Too many people place this salt jar with the right hopes, but the wrong execution. They put it in the wrong spot. They choose the wrong vessel. They forget to update it. And without realizing it, they transform what could have been a source of stability into a block of stagnant energy. That's why today isn't just about telling you what to add. It's about showing you what to avoid. 3 silent taboos that can completely unravel the power of your salt jar. So if you've ever felt like your home doesn't fully support you, if your bathroom feels more like a drain than a sanctuary, or if your energy feels scattered the moment you walk in that space, this video is for you. Because when you shift the energy of the most overlooked room, you begin to shift the rhythm of your entire day. And what's more powerful than starting your morning in a space that actually supports your growth? This episode is part of my commitment through New Day Mindfulness to make Feng Shui not just a tradition, but a tool, not just spiritual, but practical. I'm here to help you reclaim the invisible forces shaping your day-to-day life, starting with where energy escapes fastest, the bathroom. And before we dive deeper into how to set up your salt jar the right way and what 3 critical mistakes to avoid, can I ask a small favor? If this message is already speaking to something in you, if you've felt that subtle shift in your chest just while listening, then please take a second to like this video, share it with someone whose space could use a breath of fresh chi, and subscribe to New Day Mindfulness. I'm on a journey to reach 5,000 subscribers so I can keep offering grounded healing content that empowers you to live intentionally, not reactively. Because at the end of the day, your space is either supporting your growth or slowing your steps. And it all begins with a single object and the quiet decision to place it with care. The 5 elements of an energetically powerful salt jar. Number 1, the vessel. Grounding begins with containment. There's a reason we start with the jar itself, not the salt, not the placement, not the additives, but the vessel. Because in Feng Shui, true grounded Feng Shui, nothing holds meaning until it's contained with intention. The jar isn't a decorative afterthought. It is the beginning, the foundation, the body that holds the spirit, And in your bathroom, where water moves, thoughts dissolve, and energy resets, the container you choose to house your salt is silently shaping the energetic story of that entire room. That's why before we talk crystals or rituals or placements, we need to talk boundaries. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you thought about what holds your energy, not just what cleanses it? Because if your jar is cracked, cloudy, cluttered, or forgotten, so is your field. That's not superstition. That's symbolism. That's the subconscious language your home understands. So let's begin with clarity. A simple glass or ceramic jar, no overly ornate designs, no flashy metal tins, no plastic lids that warp over time. Just something clear, firm, whole. Why glass? Because it's transparent. It invites visibility, accountability, and light to pass through without resistance. It doesn't hide, it doesn't confuse. And in energy work, that matters more than you think. You want your container to say, this is safe, this is clean, this is intentional. Not, I found this in a drawer and it sort of fits. In Feng Shui, the message behind your actions is more powerful than the materials themselves. Now the lid. Oh, the lid is not optional. It's not just about keeping dust out. It's about keeping clarity in. You see, a container without a lid in Feng Shui is like a vault with the door open. Whatever you're trying to gather, be it peace, stability, or groundedness, is slowly leaking out even when you don't notice. A lid is a boundary, a firm line, a quiet commitment that says, this is mine to hold. So whether it's bamboo, cork, ceramic, or metal, choose a lid that feels solid and fits snugly, not just physically, but symbolically. Let's take a moment here to anchor this point. Your salt jar is not just absorbing energy, it is modeling how you hold energy in your life. A weak container mirrors weak personal boundaries. A mismatched lid reflects scattered focus. A chipped vessel echoes self-neglect. So before we even fill it with salt, we need to ask, what kind of vessel are you choosing to be? And here's the kicker most people miss. This jar is placed in the bathroom, a space already prone to energetic drain. So its job isn't just symbolic, it's strategic. You're placing a grounded object with defined edges into a room that otherwise flushes, drains, mists, and evaporates. That's why this ritual works. It reintroduces containment where there is usually only release. It says to your space, yes, you are where I let go, but you are also where I hold firm. Now, some of you might be tempted to repurpose a fancy container you got from a gift set or a leftover food jar. And I get it. Resourcefulness is wise. But here's where I urge you to pause. Not all containers carry clean, energetic histories. A repurposed jar from a stressful holiday gift. A recycled sauce jar from a chaotic dinner. These carry residues too. You don't have to be rigid, but you do have to be reverent. Wash it clean, clear it with sound, salt water, or intention. Start fresh, not because the jar has magical powers, but because your mindset does. And that brings us to placement, which we'll explore more deeply in the next section. But let me prime your awareness here. Don't tuck it behind the toilet. Don't jam it next to cleaning supplies. Don't shove it in a drawer where no light touches it. Your salt jar, once filled, becomes a standing symbol of energetic stewardship. It deserves respect. You deserve respect. Put it in a corner of calm, not clutter. In a space of peace, not panic. Because every time you see it, it will reflect not just salt, but how you've chosen to manage your internal terrain. So if you've ever felt like your home is clean but not clear, if your bathroom feels sterile but still heavy, if your routines are disciplined but your spirit still feels scattered, it might not be about doing more. It might just be about choosing better, choosing a vessel that honors the intention you're bringing into your space, a vessel that says, this is sacred, this is mine, This matters because in Feng Shui, the smallest shifts in physical space echo the biggest shifts in inner space. And your salt jar, humble, quiet, still, is your declaration that you are no longer letting energy slip away unnoticed. So as you prepare your bathroom today, don't just grab any container. Choose a vessel that reflects who you are becoming, not who you've been, not what's convenient, but what's clear, committed, and complete. And remember this, when your container is whole, your energy has somewhere safe to land. That's the beginning of real transformation. Not in the things you add, but in how you hold what's already yours. Number 2, the salt. Each grain holds resonance. They say the container sets the boundary. But it's the content that defines the message. And in this ritual, that message is salt. Not just a mineral, not just seasoning, but a living conductor of energy that has transcended cultures, beliefs, borders, and centuries. When you walk into a sacred temple in Greece, you may see bowls of salt on altars. In Japan, sumo wrestlers throw salt before a match, not to flavor the ring, but to cleanse the space. In ancient Rome, soldiers were paid in salt, a currency of value and preservation. Even in households passed down through generations, salt was sprinkled across doorsteps, not for taste, but for protection. Why? Because salt isn't neutral, it's vibrational. Every grain holds the memory of the earth. It comes from oceans, mountains, and ancient layers of rock. And just as it has absorbed the mineral wisdom of time, it also absorbs what you assign to it now. That's why the moment you place salt into your chosen vessel, especially in a place like your bathroom, you are not just pouring a powder. You are planting an intention. You are anchoring energy. You are telling your environment, this space is no longer random, it's calibrated. And here's the deeper truth. Your body recognizes this signal. Your subconscious mind responds to symbols even when logic stays silent. Neuroscience has confirmed that environmental cues, visuals, textures, rituals, affect emotional states, hormonal flow, and cognitive performance. So when you step into a bathroom with a carefully chosen salt jar, your brain doesn't say, nice aesthetic. It says, I'm safe here, I can release, I can recharge. But not all salt is the same. And yet, paradoxically, it doesn't have to be complicated. Some people will insist on pink Himalayan. Others prefer coarse sea salt. You might find black lava salt in upscale shops or Dead Sea crystals marketed as rare. Let me tell you this, the kind matters less than the clarity of your choice, because the deeper power of salt lies not in its price tag, but in your presence when placing it. The moment your hand drops a grain with intention is the moment that salt becomes alive with purpose. That's when it begins to act not just as a physical object, but as an energetic participant. Still, there are subtle distinctions worth knowing. If you live near a coastline and feel deeply connected to the ocean, natural sea salt can help reinforce that elemental bond. If you're seeking deep purification and spiritual reset, pink Himalayan carries trace minerals from ancient seabeds and resonates with grounding energy. If protection is your main goal, like shielding your space from emotional residue or intrusive thought forms, black lava salt, infused with activated charcoal, may feel resonant. But again, these are amplifiers, not requirements. The essential thing is that you don't just scoop salt mindlessly. You pause, you breathe, and you place. And where do you place it? That decision should be as intentional as the salt itself. Are you tucking it in a shadowed corner because you're embarrassed or unsure? Or are you letting it rest in a visible, dignified space as a reminder that energy management is self-respect? Remember, this isn't decoration, it's declaration. Let your salt jar be seen by you. Let it be acknowledged. And every few days as you pass by, allow your gaze to rest on it not to judge, but to reconnect. A brief moment of stillness, of gratitude, of reset. That's how energy continues to flow, through relationship, not routine. Now let's go deeper into the metaphor that makes salt so profoundly aligned with Feng Shui wisdom. Salt preserves, it stabilizes, it keeps what is pure from being corrupted. That's why, before refrigeration, it was the guardian of food. Similarly, in your home, it becomes the guardian of mood, of focus, of renewal. In a bathroom, a space designed for release and rinse, salt becomes the agent that says, what is gone stays gone. What is meant to stay remains clean. It absorbs emotional static. It captures heavy air. It calms invisible unrest. Not by force, but by frequency. And this isn't mysticism, it's vibrational physics. Everything in your home is frequency. Salt, being crystalline, has a rare ability to hold and stabilize certain patterns. It's no different than how quartz stores data in your smartphone. Salt stores intention in your bathroom. Which brings us to the part most people forget. Salt must be refreshed. You wouldn't drink water that sat still for 3 weeks in an open cup. So don't leave salt in a stagnant corner without attention. Check it weekly, stir gently with a wooden stick or spoon, never metal, as it can alter energy subtly. Notice if it clumps, discolors, or dulls. These are signals, not warnings but reminders. Change the salt once a month or any time life feels energetically thick. Your salt is not a statue, it's a servant of clarity. And servants, no matter how humble, deserve care. As you build this ritual into your home life, you may also choose to speak aloud a phrase as you pour your salt. Something simple, personal, powerful. This space holds peace. I release what does not serve. Let light remain here. This vocal expression isn't just for drama, it's a sonic imprint. Your voice, layered with belief, adds another dimension to the act. And every time you repeat it, your nervous system recognizes the safety of repetition, the comfort of order, in the truth of your own words. This is how the simple becomes sacred. This is how salt becomes song. And if you doubt that this matters, if you think this is just decor, look at your own habits. Why do you light a candle on a stressful day? Why do you hang family photos in certain rooms? Why do hotels place chocolates on the pillow? Because objects carry charge. Symbols communicate safety. Placement alters mood. Your home is listening to every choice you make. And salt, more than most objects, acts as both microphone and filter. It receives what you send out. It clarifies what lingers. It filters what tries to return. Lastly, don't forget to align this practice with the greater cycle of your home. Don't treat salt as a one-off. Think of it as a harmonizer. What plants live nearby? What colors surround the space? Is there art that calms or irritates? Is there light, movement, sound? Salt is a keystone, but not the full structure. Let it be part of a broader conversation with your home. A conversation that says, I'm paying attention. I care. I'm listening. So the next time you hold a handful of salt, don't toss it without thought. Pause. Look. Honor. That grain in your hand has journeyed farther than you know, from the belly of a mountain or the heart of the sea to arrive in your palm, ready to hold your intention. It's not about superstition. It's about connection to nature, to home, to your own energy. And in a world that constantly demands your output, let this salt be a quiet act of input, of rooting, of choosing resonance over noise. Because in Feng Shui, as in life, what you place with meaning becomes what holds you with purpose. Let your salt jar be that anchor. Let it speak for you when words fail. Let it stand quietly in the corner and say, this space is sacred. That's not magic. That's mindfulness. And that's where true energetic transformation begins. Number 3, the placement, high, dry, and discreet. Let's be clear, how you place the salt jar matters just as much as what's in it. You could have the purest, most energetically aligned salt in the world, nestled in a pristine vessel, full of your best intentions. But if you place it wrong, its effect diminishes. Energy doesn't just respond to objects, it responds to position, to flow, to proximity, to balance. And this is where most people unknowingly misstep. So let's begin here with a moment of honesty. Where in your bathroom is energy currently pooling, and where is it being pulled away? If you don't know, it's time to start paying attention, not to what your eyes see, but what your body feels. That subtle heaviness in the corner, that uneasy chill near the vent, that weird tension every time you walk past the sink. These aren't design flaws, they're energetic signals. The first rule of placement is simple but sacred. Your salt jar is not meant to perform, it's meant to protect. That means it doesn't need to be on display, featured like a centerpiece. In fact, its quiet power grows stronger when it's allowed to simply do its work in the background. It should be positioned in a place where it can watch over the space without interference, like a silent guardian. The most ideal placement, high, dry, and discreet. Let's unpack that. High means above the line of sight for most movement in the room. A shelf above the toilet, a narrow ledge behind a mirror cabinet, a recessed nook above the doorframe. Why high? Because in Feng Shui, elevation signifies clarity and perspective. It places the object in a domain of subtle control, like a sentry on a watchtower, overseeing without being overwhelmed. Just as we place spiritual or symbolic items in elevated positions to show respect, your salt jar gains symbolic authority when it resides above the chaos, not within it. It also keeps it safe from splashes, spills, and accidental knockovers that not only disrupt physical placement, but fracture energetic continuity. Dry is the second mandate, and it's more than common sense. Salt is a mineral, yes, but it's also a sponge. It pulls moisture from the air, absorbs it, and clumps over time. But more than just water, it absorbs emotional and energetic humidity, those unseen densities that weigh down your spirit. Placing it near a steamy shower, dripping sink, or under a ceiling vent accelerates its saturation, but not in a good way. It floods the salt too quickly with disruptive input before it's had time to ground, filter, and settle. You wouldn't wash a filter in the middle of a storm and expect it to purify the air. Same principle here. Keep it in a dry zone, still connected to the space but not overwhelmed by its functions. Ideally, this means keeping it away from the toilet area, tub corners, and exhaust pathways. And finally, discreet is the key that ties it all together. This part might surprise you, but energetic tools don't work best when they're flaunted. They work best when they're honored. A salt jar should not be a conversation piece for guests. It should not be something people point at and ask, "What's this for?" Its value grows in silence, in the quiet privacy of your intention, in the gentle resonance between you and your home. Think of it like the roots of a tree. You don't see them, but everything above depends on their quiet strength below. Now let's talk about what not to do, because in the world of placement, error isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. You place the jar beside an air vent thinking, nice shelf. But then, over days, the airflow disperses its energetic field before it can settle. Or you leave it in full view next to decorative lotions and plants, where it becomes just another object, stripped of its quiet authority. Or worst of all, you tuck it in a dark corner near a drain, where all its frequency gets pulled away by the downward suction of water flow. In Feng Shui, drains are symbols of loss, of outflow, of energetic leakage. Putting your salt jar near a drain is like setting a candle beside a fan. It flickers out before it ever glows. And even if the space looks clean, it's not energetically stable. So how do we determine the best spot in your actual bathroom? Let's go beyond theory and walk through a few scenarios. If you live in a small apartment and only have a single bathroom with minimal shelf space, look up. Is there room above your cabinet? Is there a medicine cabinet with a discrete corner inside it? If not, consider installing a small wooden bracket shelf near the ceiling, not for decor, but for resonance. If your bathroom is larger, perhaps with natural zones for showering, washing, and grooming, choose the zone furthest from water and closest to stillness. A space that doesn't change temperature or humidity constantly is energetically more stable, and stability is the foundation of grounding. Now let's take a moment to explore why this placement matters so much beyond just practical protection. It's about spatial programming. Your brain forms micro-associations with every corner of your home. When an object is well placed, your body registers its purpose, even if your mind doesn't think about it consciously. That means the next time you step into your bathroom, something subtle will shift. You won't know why, but you'll feel a slight pause, a deepening of breath, a quiet awareness. That's your system recognizing this space is energetically attended to. And that recognition is what creates healing space. Not white walls, not candles, not fancy tiles, but on care, placement, thought. Let me share a moment from a client that might resonate. A woman came to me frustrated that her bathroom always felt heavy, no matter how much she cleaned. She had tried incense, essential oils, decluttering, but something was off. When I visited, I found her salt jar, beautifully chosen, perfectly filled, placed directly beside a chrome trash can under the sink. Hidden, compressed, dim. She meant well, but the jar was silenced by its surroundings. We moved it to a shelf above the doorway, wrapped it in a small circle of natural wood, and adjusted the lighting so that the space around it felt warmer. Within 3 days, she reported feeling lighter after each shower. That's the shift we seek. Not drama, not miracles, but resonance. Remember, your salt jar is not the star of the room, it's the tuning fork. And where you place it determines the note it plays. Let it play high, let it play quiet, let it play true. In return, it will start to shift the entire emotional frequency of your bathroom, from stagnant to steady, from drained to grounded, from overlooked to aligned. Placement in Feng Shui is never random. It's reverent. It's a way of saying, I trust energy, I understand space, I choose clarity. That doesn't require a guru, it requires presence. And presence, when practiced daily, becomes power. Now, if you followed all of this and you're thinking, I've got my spot, what else could go wrong? Stay tuned. Because in the next section, we're going to cover the common taboos that sabotage everything we just built. Some of them are subtle, some of them are shocking, and most people, even those with great intentions, make at least one of them. That's where we go next. Number 4, the surrounding environment. Objects alone don't fix energy. Let's be honest with ourselves. Placing a salt jar in a chaotic, stagnant bathroom and expecting prosperity to flow is like throwing seeds onto concrete and expecting a garden to bloom. It's not that the salt lacks power, it's that energy cannot root in disorder. This is the moment when we move from symbolic action to real accountability. And it's often the turning point for people who say, but I tried everything and nothing changed. Because here's the truth, you didn't try everything. You skipped the foundation. You focused on the object, but ignored the environment. A salt jar, even when properly chosen and perfectly placed, cannot rescue a space that's been spiritually neglected. This is the part that no one wants to talk about because it requires effort, honesty, and presence. It's easy to buy a pretty container, pour in some pink Himalayan salt, and set it on a shelf. But it's harder, yet far more transformative, to pause, look around your bathroom and ask, what does this space say about how I care for myself? What does it say about how I value clarity, cleanliness, peace? Because your bathroom, perhaps more than any other room in the house, reflects the truth you often keep buried beneath convenience and routine. This space is where you strip away the day, where you stand in front of a mirror and face what's left when all the outside performance is gone. It deserves reverence, not just routine. And when you skip over that reverence, when the sink is layered with toothpaste splatter, when expired products collect dust in the corners, when towels smell of dampness instead of freshness, you're sending a message louder than any ritual can override. I tolerate stagnation, and energy listens, always. So let's step into that with courage, not shame. The first step, decluttering. And I don't just mean throwing away old shampoo bottles. I mean asking, what's here that I no longer use, need, or respect? Dozens of half-used products lining the edge of a tub are not convenience. They are energetic noise. Every single object in a space holds a frequency. And when the bathroom is packed with items that are expired, unused, or chaotic, that frequency becomes static. So go through them. Pick up each bottle, jar, razor, or towel. Ask, does this support the energy I want to live in? If not, release it. Because when you clear objects, you make room for energy to breathe again. Next, freshen. Not just a wipe down, not just a once-a-week spray, truly freshen the space. This means natural ventilation if possible. A diffuser or essential oils placed with intention. Citrus or pine are excellent for their energetic clarity. Wipe mirrors with mindful presence, not just to remove smudges, but to restore reflection. Because a foggy mirror doesn't just distort your image, it distorts your energy identity. You begin to see yourself through a dull lens. And over time, that dullness creeps into how you show up in the world. Don't underestimate scent either. Scent is memory. Scent is mood. A poorly ventilated bathroom with musty air traps emotional fatigue. A bathroom with soft, invigorating scent invites lightness before you even realize it. This is where small changes yield massive emotional shifts. And it's not about luxury, it's about clarity. Let's talk layout. If your bathroom is tiny, don't panic. Clarity is not about space size, it's about space alignment. Is there a flow between your mirror, sink, and doorway? Do you feel compressed, rushed, or blocked when you move? That's a sign of friction. Try reorienting your items so that you aren't bumping into towels, stepping around bins, or squinting through poor lighting. Add a soft light if possible, not glaring overhead brightness, but something calm. Because light is not just illumination, it's an invitation. It tells energy where to go. Then address emotional residue. This part gets overlooked. Think about the arguments you've had near the bathroom mirror, the mornings you rushed out the door in a flurry, the nights you stared at your reflection feeling uncertain, tired, unseen. That emotional energy doesn't disappear. It lingers. It lives in the steam-stained walls and the worn grout lines. You don't need to exercise it, but you do need to acknowledge it. One simple way: light a candle for 5 minutes in silence while gently wiping down surfaces. Let your motion become a metaphor for release, not just of dirt, but of emotional debris. You'll feel the difference almost immediately. You don't need spiritual training to sense it. You just need presence. Now let's circle back to the salt jar. Once your space has been tended to, not perfectly, but honestly, the salt becomes an amplifier, a stabilizer. It no longer tries to filter chaos alone. It joins a rhythm. It aligns with a new frequency. And here's the key. This doesn't mean your bathroom has to look like a spa. You don't need marble counters or plants in ceramic pots. What matters is that everything you allow to live in this space serves your intention. If an item doesn't, it's noise, and noise drowns out energy. Let me give you an example. A client once placed a salt jar perfectly, but it sat on a shelf beside a pile of cluttered hair products, old toothbrushes, and a broken diffuser. She couldn't figure out why the room still felt stagnant. I asked her to remove everything from that shelf and start fresh. Just the jar. One hand towel, one plant. Within a week, she told me the entire bathroom felt like a soft reset. Not because she bought anything new, but because she finally allowed space for energy to settle instead of compete. That's what we're doing here. We're not decorating, we're decoding. We're not fixing, we're aligning. And the environment around your symbolic objects determines whether they flourish or flounder. That's why this section matters more than most realize. Because most people skip it. They want the shortcut, the quick fix. But energy is honest. It only responds to authenticity. And if your environment doesn't match your intention, your results won't either. So today, I'm not just inviting you to place a jar of salt. I'm inviting you to enter your bathroom as if it's the first time. Stand at the doorway, look, feel, listen. What's present that serves you? What's present that pulls you down? What's missing that might create ease, softness, clarity? These questions are the true ritual. The salt jar is simply the punctuation mark. Because in the end, energy doesn't respond to objects. It responds to ownership. Your salt jar is a symbol, yes, but your presence, your willingness to honor your space, is the power behind the symbol. In the next section, we'll explore what to never do, the taboos, the silent saboteurs, because even with the right jar, the right salt, the right environment, just one of these mistakes can reverse everything. And most people don't even realize they're doing them. So stay with me. The clarity continues. Number 5, the renewal. Energy is maintenance, not magic. Let's pause and ask something most people overlook entirely. When was the last time you renewed the energy you claim to care about? Because here's the truth that many miss. Feng Shui is not about placement. It's about participation. You don't just drop an object in a room, walk away and expect your life to change. That's not alignment. That's neglect disguised as effort. And this is where the salt jar becomes more than symbolic. It becomes a mirror for your own rhythm, your own intention, your own ability to show up consistently. Salt is powerful, but it is not eternal. Just like your emotions, your focus, your breath, it shifts, it absorbs, it becomes full. And if you let it sit there month after month, untouched, unseen, unloved, it does exactly what stagnant energy does. It stops moving. And when energy stops moving in a space where everything is meant to be released, like your bathroom, the consequences don't stay subtle. They become the heaviness in your mornings, the stuckness in your decisions, the fogginess in your thoughts. All because the very tool you brought in to clear energy is now silently trapping it. This is where your practice begins, not with where you put the jar, but with how often you revisit it, how often you look at it, hold it, ask it, is it still serving? Is it still light? Or has it become heavy with the emotional dust of all the weeks you've lived since? I recommend changing your salt every 3 to 6 months, but the timeline isn't a rule, it's a rhythm. And your body, your breath, your space will tell you when it's time. If the air in your bathroom feels dense, if you find yourself walking in and immediately wanting to walk out, if your salt looks caked, yellowed, or overly dry, that's your cue. Listen to it. Don't wait for permission. Wait for permission. Don't wait for a calendar reminder. Trust your own sensitivity. That's what this practice is meant to awaken in you. Some of the most attuned clients I've worked with change their salt with the seasons, not out of superstition, but synchronization. Spring cleaning isn't just about closets. It's about energetic shedding. Autumn isn't just leaves falling. It's an invitation to release the things that no longer match your next chapter. And when you use these seasonal markers to refresh your salt, you're not just cleaning, you're realigning. You're saying, I'm still here, I'm still present. I still care about what I'm calling into my life. That kind of attention transforms energy more than any ritual ever could. Now, when it's time to discard the old salt, do not treat it like trash. Don't just toss it into your kitchen garbage and forget about it while cooking dinner. This salt has been holding energy for you, your stress, your residue, your invisible mess. Honor that. Take a quiet moment to thank it, literally, out loud. Whisper it if you want, but let the words be real. Thank you for what you've absorbed. Thank you for protecting this space. Because gratitude, even toward objects, rewires energy in ways science is only beginning to understand. Then dispose of it far from your home, down an outside drain, into the earth, or sealed in a bag and thrown into a public trash bin away from your door. This might sound excessive. It's not. It's respectful. You wouldn't dump a day's worth of emotional heaviness at the foot of your own bed. Don't dump it near the center of your kitchen either. Keep boundaries sacred. There's something deeply grounding about this process when done with care. Over time, you start to feel the relationship, not just with the salt jar, but with your own ability to maintain the energy you say you want. And that's the real secret to Feng Shui that no book or guru can give you. Consistency is clarity. It's not what you do once that changes your life. It's what you return to with reverence. I've worked with people who've spent thousands on crystals, sculptures, elaborate decor, yet they couldn't commit to refreshing a handful of salt once every few months. And unsurprisingly, nothing shifted because their mindset remained transactional, not relational. Energy isn't something you buy, it's something you tend to. It's something you show up for. So I'll say this again for those in the back. The salt jar is not a magic fix, it is a partnership. And like any relationship, it needs nurturing. It needs to be checked in on, appreciated, updated. Think of it this way. You wouldn't wear the same shirt for 6 months straight and expect to feel fresh. So why would you let a spiritual tool sit untouched and expect your life to feel clear? Let the salt jar be your gentle reminder that energy is always in motion, and your job is to move with it, not resist it. When you walk into your bathroom, let it greet you with lightness, not because the tiles are new or the towels are perfect, but because you've made the invisible visible, because you've chosen again and again to participate. And in a world where we're often taught to outsource our power, that choice is revolutionary. So as you prepare to refresh your salt, take a moment to reflect. What energy are you done carrying? What energy are you ready to invite? Write it down if you need to. Speak it if you're ready, and let that intention infuse the new salt. Let it anchor your next season, your next shift, your next version of self. Because the moment you replace the old with clarity and care, you're not just changing your bathroom. You're changing your frequency, and that frequency over time becomes your fate. So do it not just for the jar, do it for yourself, for your breath, for your future. Let this be your practice, not because you have to, but because you get to, because you're ready. And in the next section, we'll talk about the unspoken mistakes, the taboos that cancel all of this out if you're not careful. But for now, stand in this. You are no longer someone who places energy and walks away. You are someone who shows up again and again, quietly, steadily, powerfully. That's what real Feng Shui is. Not mysticism, but mindfulness. Not superstition, but stewardship. And you're already doing it one mindful grain at a time. 3. Mistakes that neutralize your salt jar. There's a quiet kind of frustration that creeps in when you've followed all the steps, placed your salt jar with intention, tidied your bathroom space, and then nothing. The room still feels heavy. Your clarity is still scattered. You still feel emotionally weighed down even after your daily shower. If you've ever felt that way, this part is especially for you, because while the salt jar is a powerful ally, it's also highly sensitive to misuse. You might be doing everything right until one tiny oversight cancels it all out. That's why this next part isn't about adding more. It's about recognizing what not to do, because one quiet mistake has the power to quietly drain all your progress. Let's look closely at 3 common taboos that almost everyone has made and how you can stop them before they stump your energy flow. Taboo number 1, placing the jar near a toilet or drain. You wouldn't set a candle in a wind tunnel and expect it to stay lit, right? And yet, so many people unknowingly place their salt jar right next to a toilet or a sink drain. In Feng Shui, we understand that energy flows with water, and water by design flows downward. Drains are symbolic exits. They pull things away, waste, tension, toxins, but they also pull qi. So when you place your salt jar near a toilet or a drain, you're asking it to absorb not just ambient energy, but the most chaotic, decaying, and heavy kind of vibration in the room. And what happens next? That absorbed energy doesn't just vanish. It begins to circulate back into your bathroom, your body, and eventually your mood. It becomes like breathing in stale air that once was meant to be flushed away. The symbolism alone should give pause. Toilets are about release, flushing, forgetting, but your salt jar is about containment, grounding, and purification. These two forces don't align, they conflict. The salt jar becomes overwhelmed, overused, and eventually numb. That's why placement is so critical. If you take away one thing from this taboo, let it be this. Always place your salt jar at least 2 feet away from any drain. That includes the toilet, the floor drain, the shower, even the sink. Elevate it onto a dry shelf or place it behind a door where air is still and clean. It's not about hiding the jar, it's about protecting its frequency from the turbulence of waste. Taboo number 2, using a decorative jar without intention. Looks can soothe the eye, but only intention soothes the energy. It's a mistake I've seen even in the most design-conscious homes. People pick the most beautiful ceramic jar, hand-painted, full of color, elegant in every curve. But they never speak to it, never connect, never activate. And here's the problem with that. A beautiful object without presence becomes just another object. Feng Shui doesn't judge your design taste. It listens to your energy. And if your energy is absent, then the jar, no matter how expensive or gorgeous, will become energetically mute. Intention is the engine behind any Feng Shui object. It is the code that tells your environment what you are choosing. So when you place your jar, pause, touch it with stillness, feel the salt inside, and then speak, not loudly but consciously. A phrase like, "You hold peace, you hold clarity, you hold space for renewal," is enough. It's not superstition. It's energetic instruction. It's telling your body, your home, and your subconscious what this object is now responsible for. Neuroscience backs this up. Studies show that physical rituals, no matter how small, create neural anchors. Your brain will begin associating that jar with stillness and stability, but only if you lead it there with presence. So if you've been relying on the visual appeal of the jar without any energetic engagement, this is your gentle reminder. Energy doesn't respond to decoration. It responds to attention. You don't need to overthink it, but you do need to mean it. Taboo number 3, never changing the salt. This is the silent destroyer of good energy. People set it and forget it. They think of the salt as a long-term charm. But in truth, salt is a filter, not a trophy. And every filter has a limit. Over time, salt collects and absorbs energy, not just of the room, but of the emotions, the stress, the quiet pain that floats through daily life. And when it reaches capacity, it doesn't stop absorbing. It starts releasing. Stale salt equals stale energy. If your bathroom begins to feel heavy for no visible reason, if you start avoiding it subconsciously, if your thoughts seem slower or your mornings feel harder, check the salt. Chances are it's saturated. Just like emotional clutter, it builds up subtly, and the only remedy is respectful release. I recommend replacing your salt every 3 to 6 months, or earlier if your space has gone through any major emotional shift, like an argument, illness, or high stress period. And here's the key: dispose of it mindfully. Don't dump it in the kitchen trash area or down the bathroom drain. That's symbolic reversal. Instead, thank it. Thank it for absorbing what you didn't want to carry. Then bag it and throw it away outside your home. If possible, bury it in the earth far from your house. That way, the energy it held returns to nature, not to you. This ritual isn't about superstition. It's about closure. It's about acknowledging that energy, like anything sacred, requires refreshment. You maintain your car, your skin, your friendships. Your energy is no different. Each of these 3 taboos is easy to overlook, but they're also easy to fix. And the moment you do, something remarkable begins to happen. The room feels cleaner even before you scrub. Your morning feels calmer even before coffee, and your sense of self begins to return as if your body knows the space finally supports it again. Because that's what energy work is about. It's not perfection, it's participation. It's reminding your space that you care and giving it the tools to care back. Final. The space you cleanse is the space you choose. Long before anyone hears your voice or sees your smile, they feel your energy, and that feeling begins behind the bathroom door. That space, so often overlooked or rushed through, is actually the very place where your relationship with clarity, peace, and self-respect quietly begins. This journey wasn't about superstition. It wasn't about buying the right object or following a trendy ritual. It was about returning to intention. Because in a world that constantly demands your attention outward, this practice asks you to turn inward, to tend to the energy that surrounds your most vulnerable moments, to create stillness not only in your mind, but in the environment that reflects it. So what did we uncover? We discovered that the jar matters, but not more than what it represents. We explored how the vessel, the salt, and the placement each carry meaning. We realized that the surrounding environment is not just decoration, but declaration. And we recognize that even a sacred object becomes stagnant when neglected. But above all, we learned that maintenance is not about perfection. It's about presence. It's about coming back again and again with care, not to fix what's broken, but to tend to what matters. And now, you know what? The 3 silent mistakes that nearly everyone makes. Placing the salt jar near a drain or toilet where energy spirals downward. Choosing a decorative jar, but forgetting to give it meaning. And leaving the salt untouched, hoping it will work without being refreshed. These aren't just technical errors. They're reflections of a common human tendency to hope that peace will come without participation. But peace, like anything sacred, responds to attention. And now that you know better, you can choose better. This is your space, your stillness, your energy, and your choice. Whether you're starting from a place of chaos or calm, you now carry a practice that can gently shape your surroundings, and through that, shape your days. The salt jar isn't the magic. You are. It is merely a mirror, a quiet companion reminding you to pause, protect, and honor your own vibration. If this message brought you even a flicker of clarity, I invite you to pause and affirm your intention by commenting, "My energy is sacred." Because when we name something, we claim it. And when we claim our energy, our homes start to reflect it. So here's my gentle request from one mindful soul to another. Like this video, share it with someone whose space might need a quiet shift, and subscribe to New Day Mindfulness. Your support isn't just for a number. It helps me reach our first 5,000 followers and ensures that this space, this mission, continues to grow into something that truly nurtures. I'm not here to sell a shortcut. I'm here to walk beside you, to remind you that the space you cleanse is the life you choose. And together we are building homes that don't just look good, but feel whole. Homes that don't just shelter us, but center us. Homes that don't drain us, but quietly, steadily heal us. Because that is the mission of this channel, to reconnect you to your inner world through the space that holds it. If you're ready to walk that path with me, I welcome you. One mindful step, one sacred breath, one salt jar at a time.